Okay, so we clipped our Liberty friend again for a second time. With any luck, that'll do the damage we were hoping for. Hello, YouTube! I am Lightly Salted, and welcome back to the channel. And welcome back to UBOAT in UBOAT and our rather target-rich environment. You may remember from the last episode, we'd been contacted by HQ with orders to seek out and destroy the Empire Lagan. We found the HX convoy that she is a part of, supposedly, and it's not going to be very easy to get on in here. We are faced with a screen of corvettes, at least one destroyer that I can see. I believe there is an F-class in this area, from what I could pick up on the periscope last time around. Quick little note beforehand. I apologize if any of my words are garbled. I had a little bit of dental work done this morning, and it's taking longer than I would have hoped for the freezing to wear off. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get back into it. So as we can see, there is quite a myriad of ships in our way here, including a few armed merchants, such as our C3 friend right here. There's one of our corvettes. We have a Liberty to the rear. She'll be armed. And that appears to be another destroyer just on the edge of the horizon there. Another corvette, another destroyer. So yes, we've got our work cut out for us. Given the density of their defensive screen, I think perhaps our best bet would be to head out in front of the convoy and see if we can set up a meet. Trying to dig my way through these corvettes, knowing that there are additional destroyers back here. I'm thinking our very best bet is to lay in wait and hope for the best. So we'll go ahead and plot a course. We are making a fair bit of noise, so we'll actually head out a little farther north with hopes of staying evasive of this black swan. Alright, with any luck, I will see you shortly. Okay, we've gone and tried to button hook around to destroy the convoy here. I was really hoping to be able to back up out of this destroyer's way. We are going to continue moving backwards at a fairly slow rate. I'd like to get in a slightly safer position. And we have another destroyer. I can't really determine the type from this angle, leading the convoy. That's definitely not great. They're both going to be equipped with radar and sonar. I'm not going to be able to maneuver very much in order to get out of their danger area here. We're going to go ahead and cut over to electric motors. That'll slow us down a bit. Unfortunately, there's not going to be a whole lot I can do. I have to keep moving for now. I've got to try to get closer to this area, and with any luck, stay out of their way. Let's see now. We'll go ahead and give Mr. Dragon a rest off of the engines. We'll have Seal fire up for him, and Taff will take a quick nap as well. Alright, the convoy is beginning to close in on us. There's going to be no way for me to put the periscope to any good use to find the ship we're looking for. So we're sort of unfortunately left with just the simple idea of firing blindly and hoping for the best, realistically. We're going to go ahead and sneak forward ever so slightly, as the path of this corvette is going to take them pretty well right over our heads here. 690 meters or so. We'll find out the same for this destroyer. And again, this is not an exact science, it's sort of a give or take kind of thing, but we're doing our best. Okay, so we know they're traveling at 5 knots. We know they're on a bearing of 5'9". We're going to do our best to do a little damage here. Okay, nothing left to do but allow them to get close. Alright, we are becoming detectable due to our sonar detectability. I'm guessing that has a lot to do with our snorkel. I'm going to go ahead and have Taff lower the snorkel for us and switch to blue lighting. With any luck, that'll slow down their ability to track us. While we're on the subject, I'll go ahead and get Mr. Dragon to give me a loadout. We have 8 torpedoes forward and I believe 2 in the rear. That gives us 10. This is going to be interesting. It's a pretty large convoy. I think I'm going to go ahead and slip us down to about 50 meters. Maybe that'll slow it down a little farther. We're at 8%, 9% visibility and rising. 10. We're 15% detectable. Rising, I believe. We're going to get started on some torpedoes here. If we can get our first few shots away, that would be fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and start throwing in some range finding. 17% detectable. With any luck, we won't get pinged. Alright, so what I'm hoping to do is fire 2 at this freighter. 2 at this freighter. And 1 at this freighter. And we're sort of going to be hoping for the best on that. Okay, let's go ahead and get Mr. Dragon on depth keeping for us, and we're going to ease the boat up to 20 meters. Okay, so our first target here is approximately 610 meters outside the 3-kilometer mark. So let's go ahead and call her 3600. Flood tubes 1 and 2. And fire. Flood tubes 3 and 4. I'm going to call it 3550. And fire. Our final target will be this freighter in a fair bit. We're going to give our torpedo some time to move before we fire at it. There's a fair amount of distance between our targets. 2.5, 3 kilometers. Okay. Our final target is something to the tune of, let's call it 1850. Flood and fire. And with that being done, we are going to dive to maximum safe depth. Impact. Awesome. 2 hits on the C3. C3 is going down. Second target is a Liberty ship. Incoming. Fantastic. 2 hits on the Liberty. Third target is an Empire. And it looks like we're going to clip her. Whew. Okay. Ship is at 150 meters. We have reached maximum safe depth. And we are going to hopefully use the confusion to get to the other side of our convoy. Get Mr. Dragon back on the engines. The Empire Lagan was sunk. The Empire Lagan was our C3. We've got our target. We completely nailed, blind shot, 3.5 kilometers, got our target. I am quite pleased. Quite pleased. Our Liberty does not appear to have suffered much in the way of damage. Our Empire Lily has become abandoned. She is burning and taking on water. Okay, so 2 kills. 2 kills. And the lead C3 happen to be our ship. That is brilliant. We're going to see if we can do some more damage as we head through the convoy here. Okay, this Corvette sneaking up behind us is equipped with sonar, and we are quite visible at the moment. I may actually go ahead and increase speed as our destroyers are out ahead of the pack. I'd feel pretty good about actually sinking that Liberty rather than just leave her afloat. What I'd like to do is get in between this freighter and this freighter and take a shot at either. Sorry, a shot at both of them. That would be pretty good, I think. We may have to keep speed up a bit. Okay, the Corvette has given us a pass. I don't think she can find us. We're now invisible, which is fantastic. And we are going to start creeping on up to 20 meters. We'll keep speed as it stands. We should make clearance from this freighter. We'll go ahead and... Okay, Mr. Community and Mr. Centurion are already warming up our torpedoes. We are becoming more visible. It's very unfortunate. I'm not sure to whom. We have found an aircraft carrier leading up, or trailing the pack. That may be a topic I revisit shortly. Air is becoming a slight concern. Nothing terrible at the moment. Okay, we know these ships are alarmed, so their course and speed are going to be not great. We'll stick with the 5 knots. We'll stick with the 59 degrees. We will change the distance, and hopefully our torpedoes will have enough speed to deal with the problem. We're going to be shooting at approximately 500 meters from each target. So that's going to really help us out. So let's go ahead and call that 500 right about now. With any luck, small changes in their course won't matter to us very much. Okay, we're becoming a little more detectable again. That's very unfortunate. I'd very much like to take these shots now. Let's go ahead... Oh, damn. I was really hoping I would have more warm torpedoes at this exact moment. That's very unfortunate. They're going to keep passing us by. It's really cutting off my angle. Come on, boys. We are going to have to try to keep pace with the convoy and make some more noise. Otherwise, I will lose my 90 degree and we will just simply miss. Okay, everybody's heating torps, and yet I don't have any torps, so what's going on there? And is my game bugging? Okay, I have 2, 3. Alright, let's go ahead and fire 2 tubes at this target. Hope for the best. And we will fire our final tube at the Liberty. Let's make sure we're actually targeting the Liberty. Good. She is flooding. This is going to miss. That's going to completely miss. Okay, hold the tube. We're going to get closer. Oh, one of them did clip. I thought they were going to miss for sure. One happened to clip her on the way through. Sorry about missing that. That's what the issue was. Our distance is off by a fair bit. Let's go ahead and call her 850 by the time I take the shot. Now. Okay, let's go ahead and get down to 95 meters or so, and we'll see if we can get out of their way. Okay, so our Liberty, which was one of our initial targets, now has a torpedo coming in on her from about 700 meters or so. With any luck, we will clip her as well. Yes! Okay, so we clipped our Liberty friend again for a second time. With any luck, that'll do the damage we were hoping for. Okay, we have sunk the Empire Lily. One assumes that was our Empire over here. The Lynx, which we just torpedoed, is sinking. Air is definitely becoming a concern of mine. We are 15% visible. It's very, very likely I'm going to have to go ahead and run the vents. Let's throw some potassium absorbers into it. Let's say 5 of them. And we'll have the skipper go ahead and fire it up. While he's doing that, we'll continue to dive as well. Hopefully keep them confused as to our exact position, depth-wise. 37% visibility. One assumes that's going to continue to rise. We are getting air now at 94, 97 units per minute, 99, 101. I'd like to get us back up to the green zone before I cut it out. Let's go ahead and do that. Wow, that carrier's fast. Okay. Now, we do have a few torpedoes left. I'd very much like to be able to pull off sort of the same idea, maybe at this target. So we'll call her 59 degrees again. We'll call her 5 knots again. That'll be close enough for our purposes. We are currently invisible, and that's a very interesting thing. We shouldn't be, and yet here we are. Seems that everybody is looking for us in the wrong area, which I'm very, very pleased about. Okay, if I can get within, say, 600 meters of this target, I would be quite willing to throw another shot at her. Let's go ahead and start sliding up. Get Dragon back on depth. And prepare to fire. I think I'm actually going to risk periscope depth here. That'll give us some air, which would be fantastic. The destroyer is moving off, as are these 2 corvettes. I should be pretty much invisible at the moment. Let's go ahead and slow down to speed 1. And call this. It should be about 600 by the time I'm ready to actually fire. We'll go ahead and flood 2 tubes. Give me tube 5 and 3. We can have Mr. Knox jump on the radio and begin calling in our kills. Let's go ahead and readjust to 570 meters. And we will fire here. Okay, change direction. We are quite close to the target. This shouldn't take very long at all. It is another C3. Maybe we should have given her everything we had. Alright, 1 strike. It looks like we've actually killed her with that. We've broken her back. And the second torpedo came home as well. Fantastic. Okay, I just realized I don't actually have my snorkel up, so we've got to go ahead and fix that. We're not getting the air I was hoping to pick up in the last 5 minutes or so, which is a very silly thing that I did. We're out of range of radio contact. We'll go ahead and give Mr. Knox a helper. The C3 is gone. She has slipped under, apparently, or is slipping under, rather. We'll call back to home base, tell them that we have sunk for the value of 28,800 budgets. Thank you very kindly, HQ. Okay, we're also going to call in the Empire Lifeguard, apparently. And we are going to make good our escape. I believe we only have 1 torpedo left. I'm very, very pleased with that engagement. Everybody seems to be staying off our backs as best as we can manage. We are being chased by a tribal. With any luck, she'll go by. Alright, we'll alter course to the west, keep ourselves in her baffles. And that should be the end of our engagement with the HX convoy. Single vessel on the horizon, supposedly. And we're heading right for it. Here we go. We have an Empire freighter. We are going to deck gun her. Mr. Taff, man the deck gun. Alright, she is burning. She's nosing down pretty hard. Let's see what we're dealing with here. She is losing health rather rapidly. Go ahead and help her a little. I think that's probably got her. Let's all stop at this point here. And with any luck, let the sea do her magic. And she is indeed sinking. Goodbye, Elk Island. You may or may not be the last victim of our little excursion down here. We've got to get home, so let's go ahead and just cut straight towards the continent. Something like that. Let's go. Alright folks, we've made it home. Fantastic little patrol overall, I think. The leading officer, of course, is very, very pleased with us. Taff goes ahead and gets himself a few more points. The skipper has picked up the Knight's Cross. The Knight's Cross is a very respectable decoration granted for exceptional acts of bravery. It's the highest type of decoration in German military. Core of this award is made of iron and the frame is 800 grade silver. We get points towards the Cross with Oak Leaves. All right. Total tonnage sunk, 47,719 tons, with a grand total of 11 days, 5 hours at sea, for a distance traveled of 34,315 kilometers. We managed to put down 9 enemy vessels. We did find and sink the Empire Lagan, and as we talked about a couple episodes ago, we were unable to rescue our missing ship. So we went about 10 times over our tonnage, which is always nice. And I just heard a level up. Mr. Knox has leveled up. Mr. Knox, let's go ahead and get you a new skill. Mr. Knox will become an expert. Assignments performed by the officer in the headquarters are done 35% faster. Good job, Mr. Knox. Well-deserved promotion. Alright folks, I'm going to be ending the episode here. That was a fun little patrol. It is always a really good time when you get to fire blindly into convoys and manage to tag the things you're shooting at the distance you're shooting at them. It's a really good feeling of Vice using like automatic targeting and stuff like that, so it's just a good moment. I want to go ahead and give a quick shout out to my Twitch community, the people who have been watching me stream lately. With your help, I have managed to acquire enough funds to pick up a proper microphone. So with any luck in the coming weeks, everyone may hopefully see an increase in my recording audio quality. Consider leaving a like and go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. All of my social media links can be found in the description below each video and as well on my About page. Until next time, I have been Lightly Salted. Thanks for tuning in. Bye now.